The Passion of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Hosanna to the Son of David. Hosanna to the Son of David. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest. That's what the people were doing that day as Jesus rode into Jerusalem.
They had gathered to give praise to Jesus and proclaim him king.
They had gathered to sing, praise, but
they were hardly united.
Hosanna to the Son of David. Hosanna to the Son of David. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest. As Jesus drew near to the Mount of Olives, he sent two of his disciples ahead.
He asked them to find him a donkey.
They led the donkey to Jesus.
They put some clothes on his back.
It was their way of honoring Jesus.
Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest. But the moment of glory would soon fade into days of darkness.
It was the beginning of the end for Jesus.
The beginning of the end. The cheering soon stopped and the accusing began.
It was the beginning of the end for Jesus.
The beginning of the end.
He's a troublemaker, a revolutionary.
He tells us not to pay taxes to the emperor.
He's trying to get people to riot.
He's a troublemaker. We don't want anything to do with him. The cheering stopped and the blaming began.
It was the beginning of the end for Jesus.
The beginning of the end.
He's done nothing wrong. Send him to Herod. Don't blame me.
Send him to Herod.
He's done nothing wrong. Send him back to Pilate. Don't blame me.
Send him back to Pilate. Pilate called together the chief priests, the leaders, and the people.
You brought Jesus to me, and you said he was a troublemaker.
He is a troublemaker. Don't blame us.
But he's done nothing wrong. Don't blame me. Then what am I to do with him?
Deal with him. Kill him. Crucify him.
Deal with him, Pilate.
Kill him, Pilate.
Crucify him, Pilate.
He's a troublemaker. Get rid of him.
But he's done nothing wrong. I will have him beaten with a whip and set free.
Whip him, beat him, then kill him. Whip him, beat him, then kill him. Whip him, beat him, then kill him.
Pilate gave in to the demanding crowd.
Pilate set free a murderer.
And set about murdering an innocent man.
He's a troublemaker. Get rid of him. They led Jesus away, carrying a heavy cross.
They led him to a place called the Skull.
They nailed Jesus to a cross.
They gambled for his clothes.
They insulted him.
He's a troublemaker. Get rid of him. Jesus wasn't the only one executed that day.
There were two other criminals led out to their death, one on either side of Jesus.
Jesus cried out,
Father, forgive them.
they do not know what they are doing.
Forgive them.
Forgive them?
They don't know what they are doing.
The soldiers made fun of Jesus and brought him some wine.
They said, If you are the king of the Jews, save yourself. They made fun of him.
They made a sign that said, King of the Jews.
They nailed him to a tree.
Around noon, the sky turned dark and stayed that way until the middle of the afternoon.
Jesus shouted,
Father, I put myself in your hands.
He's a
Troublemaker, and we got rid of him.
Then Jesus died.
He died.
Jesus died.
Then Jesus died.
He died.
Jesus died.
Then Jesus died. He died. Jesus died. Then Jesus died.
He died. Jesus died.
Xin mời cộng đoàn quỳ trong một giây lát. Xin mời cộng đoàn ngồi lên. My dear friends, each year on this Sunday, tomorrow, but today we celebrate already, we read an account of the Passion of Jesus. It's very clear. As we listen to it, we are reminded of the cowardice of the followers who abandoned him in his hour of greatest need. Everybody ran away. And we reminded of the wickedness of the religious leaders who plotted his death, and of the cruelty of the soldier who carried out his execution. We need to be reminded of these things because dark evil sleeps in us all. But that is not the purpose of the Passion reading today. We hear too much bad news as it is. The emphasis is not there, but the emphasis is on Jesus, the central character of the account. What we are remembering is the courage, the fidelity, and the sheer goodness of Jesus. In order to convey the brightness of light, it is necessary to show the depth of the surrounding darkness. Against the darkness of Calvary, Jesus' goodness shines on the more brightly. So, next week will be Holy Week, but only Friday. We don't call it Holy Friday. We call it what? Good Friday. Why? I ask myself, why didn't we call Holy Thursday, Holy Saturday, but not Holy Friday? But everybody in the church called Good Friday because something I will explain. And you know, Jesus died because he loves us. And what day of the week did he die? He died on Friday. So the Friday of the Holy Week is called the Friday of love. And what is love? I ask myself. Last week, Father Trung Tây explained a little bit about love. Listen, I have a somber answer from children. Okay, from Rebecca, 6 years old. What is love? Love is when my grandma got arthritis. She couldn't bend over to paint her toenails anymore. He couldn't do. But so my grandpa does it for her. He painted. With his hand, that's getting arthritis too. That is love. Carl, 5 years old, said, love is when a girl puts perfume on and a boy puts shaving cologne on his body, and they go out and sit down and smell each other all day. They taught that children. Or Teresa, 7 years old. Love is when you tell a guy you like his shirt, and then he wears it every day for the whole month. That is love, not true. And when you love, from Karen, 5 years old, when you love somebody, your eyelashes will go up and down, and little stars come out of you. Not true. But children think. But I like, from Jessica, 9 years old, she said, you really shouldn't say, I love you, unless you mean it. But if you mean it, you should say it a lot. It's good. Jesus didn't say, I love you, and just simply like that. But he died for us. The day Jesus' death is not called Bad Friday, but Good Friday. What it makes good is the love of Jesus for us. He said, greater love no one has than the one who lays down his life for his friends. It is that love that we are remembering this week. We see how, in the midst of his passion, we just heard, Jesus cared about others, about the women in Jerusalem who sympathized with him, about the thief who was executed next to him, and of course, about his mother, his disciple. It speaks volumes that from the depth of his own pain, he could feel the pain of others and reach out to them. He died praying for those who put him to death. Remember, he said, please, Father, forgive them, because they don't know what they are doing. So the Passion story shows how Jesus responded to what was done to him. In spite of the cruelty that was inflicted on him, his heart never closed or hardened. His heart is opening. Even as he hung on the cross, it remained open, even to his enemies. He prayed for them with the words, Father, forgive them. The late, great Archbishop Helder said that some people are like a sugar cane. Even when crushed in the mill, completely squashed, reduced to pulp, all they yield is sweetness. It is a consolation for us to know that Jesus suffered. His passion gives courage, strength, and hope to all who suffer. Yet his suffering would have been wasted if he had not endured it with love. We are saved not by his suffering, my friend, but by his love. So we are invited to enter the Holy Week with love. Kính thưa quý ông bà, chúng ta sẽ bước vào tuần thánh với tình thương mà Chúa Giêsu dành cho chúng ta, chứ không phải là một phận sự bó buộc phải đi, không đi thì có tội, mà là vì chúng ta nhận ra rằng chúng ta được Chúa Giêsu thương đến chết cho chúng ta. Thì chúng ta tham dự không phải để ôn lại những biến cố, nhưng mà để sống những biến cố đó một cách thiết thực hơn, yêu mến hơn và nồng nàn hơn trong tình yêu của mình với Chúa Giêsu. Đó chính là đạo Công giáo. Không phải những hình thức bề ngoài, mà là cái mối tình mình xây đắp giữa mình và Chúa Giêsu. Mà tuần thánh là dịp thuận tiện nhất để chúng ta sống lại mối tình đó. Xin đừng tiếc thời giờ. Và nhất là ngày thứ 6 tuần thánh, tức là Good Friday, ai ở trong tuổi ăn chay, xin đừng tiếc một chút thực phẩm, một chút hãm mình để dâng lên cho Chúa, để cầu cho công cuộc truyền giáo trên khắp thế giới được nhiều người biết Chúa hơn. Vậy chúng ta mới xứng đáng là môn đệ của Chúa Giêsu khi nhận ra rằng Chúa yêu thương chúng ta.